Well, hello there, peeps. And what is in fashion today is fascia. Fascia. Yes, I did a little bit of, maybe you could call it light research. I wasn't in a lab, but yeah, I went and looked up the definition actually of the word fascia because I've used the word fascia and I kind of understand a little bit about what it is. But I didn't know the total definition of it, and it helps with your understanding, of course, if you know the definitions of words. And I think you'll agree with me here that knowing the definition of fascia might help you skate better. And yeah, so fascia comes from the Latin word fascia, meaning band, bandage, or swathe. Band, bandage, or swathe. It wraps around things. It wraps around muscles, blood vessels, nerves, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, bones. The fascia is everything else, the way I understand it. And yeah, well, interestingly, that's the same root word for the term, the political term that we hear, fascism. Fascism. Yeah, that's an insult to call somebody a fascist. You're a fascist. Well, what about the fascia that run through your body? How is that similar at all to fascism, which most of us understand as the merging of government and corporations, which corporations are creatures of the government anyways, really, so, let's not get off track. But yeah, the fasces is a symbol of power, and it's an axe, a big curved axe from Roman times, swathed with a bunch of sticks. And you can see this even nowadays in some fairly prominent places. But the fascia, and you're going to remember the word fascia probably. It's not just now that we're talking about, it's not just the fashion of the moment to talk about fascia, but you don't need to know the word, but it does help to know the concept and the definition of fascia. So, yeah, really? I think Ryoko found this somewhere and put this on my the back of my computer so I can identify it easily. When in doubt, skate it out. Well, I am powered today by Kusmi tea. It has the European organic symbol on it, as does the Miel Bio de Châtaignier. It has it slightly different, but it's also organic. Honey. In copper. I like to do a lot of things that are good for the health, as you might have noticed, and taking care of my fascia is one of them. And so let me see if there's something that I can elucidate about fascia and my experience with it that will help you. You've seen me use these kind of tools before, right? And so, but there's many other types of tools we can use to take care of our tissues. The fascia, I previously thought that it was just below the skin, and it is just below the skin, because where the skin ends, the fascia start, type of thing. And then there's, in some cases, bone is right there. Not very much fascia between that skin and bone, right along this bone here. But in other places we have muscle, and the fascia does extend quite deeply. And we want to massage those deep. The only thing that we can do, to go deep, we want a lot of pressure And so that's why we would use something that we can sustain a lot of pressure with, like a foam roller. The weight, the pressure is kind of spread out a little bit, and so we can support our body weight. And that goes pretty deep. Oh, by the way, I can totally control the pressure. If that's too much pain to use the limbs mostly just for balance, well, I've got a fair amount of weight actually on the hands, but not much on the feet. I can totally control, like, 'cause in that position, I could lift my leg off, right, and still do the same motion. So I can put as much or as little pressure on that place as I want to. And you want to try to figure out when you're doing these rolling exercises, it's not easy. It takes energy, and it takes time, and it hurts. And so you do want to make it as easy as you can so that you'll do it. And recognizing the benefits of this type of thing is one of the motivating factors as well. But you want to try to figure out where to put your other limbs, your other foot, your other hands, in such a way that you can do this exercise quite easily. And as you move, like let's say I gradually move to the quad, I'll move my arms around to different places and moving even to the inside of the leg. You have to figure out and decide where the best place, how to support yourself. In this case, I'm supporting myself with an elbow and a hand. Maybe it's easier for you to do it some other way, but that's the point. And you can put a certain amount of pressure on this foot and let it slide. And so the more weight that you have on your hands and your feet, the less weight you have on the roller. That's the basic principle. And you don't want to create for yourself excruciating pain. Yeah, a little bit of pain, is I think probably a good thing to just to stimulate the healing process. But I don't, as I've said, and I want to repeat, I don't think that more pain means more gain necessarily. Right? So be patient with your progress on something like that. And yeah, so that goes very deep into the muscles, but it doesn't get the deep fascia. And really, when we're dealing with the fascia, because this is a very sharp, it's not like a knife, but it's a pretty sharp edge there, and so it's very concentrated pressure. The pressure is concentrated very much on a small amount of a little line there, and even more pressure if I turn it the other way, right? Now I'm even concentrating the pressure more, and I'm being able to go into a hollow as well if I... So you want to use the tool in such a way that because your body isn't just like some simple shaped thing, obviously, and sometimes you have some indentations that you want to work. This is not the best tool for that. This is quite a good one, actually. Tokyo insole, made in Japan. Nihonsei desu. Yeah, this is a very portable little tool. It's ceramic, so I'm going to be careful not to drop it. But this gets into because it has various different rounded indentations, concavity and a convexity there, and even it's kind of designed like a fish. It's kind of cute, but this is all functional. You can use these different shapes for different purposes, and you want to find the best way of using the tool. Like any tool, you want to use it well, not just have it, not just buy it and have it. You want to actually use it. This is not quite as so. The very sharp blade is good for agitating quite a lot just under the surface of the skin, those fascia. You can, and so by doing that, that's motion. and it's a type of massage, right? And we have all these different types of massage. You can go to a massage therapist and get, you know, if you want to really step up your body maintenance. But as far as self-care that you have time for on a daily basis, I do self-care. I was just explaining to this to somebody yesterday. They asked, like, you know, how much should I do? Or, you know, well, more is better, but not to a point. I mean, because it takes time and energy, and so you got to figure out, you know, you got to figure out what your priorities are, how much time you spend with this. But I don't set aside an hour to do this type of stuff every day. No way, that's not my style. Maybe that's your style. Maybe that's at 3 o'clock every day you're going to do for an hour this type of body maintenance stuff. But I just do it like interspersed throughout the day, stretching and various different types of massage. Because I don't like to sit for very long. So if I've been sitting for 10 minutes, I like to find some excuse to stand up, frankly. It can be just the littlest excuse, and this is a very good excuse to do some kind of body maintenance activity so that I can skate better, and I can run better, and I can walk better, and I can, you know, extend my well, when it comes to matters of posture and biomechanics, it's really life extension to take care of your body. You know, to take care of your body, mind, and soul is kind of good for longevity, you know, as well as for the immediate gains that you're going to get from it. Yeah, and I use a variety of different tools for different purposes. This one is very, very good for doing the feet. This is very convenient for the feet because it's quite stable. So it just rolls back and forth. So I can easily, very, very easily and stably, I don't have to worry about balancing a single ball. I can you know, give that arch there on the inside a nice massage. Try to loosen up that pain over there quite easily. Yeah, because it's stable, I can really... this is the best tool for the bottom of the feet, in my opinion. Yeah, you can use other ones as well. The larger diameter sphere is less concentrated weight. It might be necessary for... like too small is not good either for some reasons. You know, if I'm going to do a psoas type of massage, I don't do this enough, so thank you for taking this lesson today, because it's an incentive for me to be reminded of many things that are important, seriously. So this is really good for me to review this and be able to present it to you in a coherent way where you're not, you know, already watching videos or shorts or something like that. Yeah, I think maybe that about covers it. I don't cover every topic exhaustively when I come on a video like this. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself, like I'm going to forget something, you know, because after every video and after every performance, I can look back and think, oh, I wish I had done this, or I wish I had said that, or I could have also added this. But yeah, there is that opportunity in the comments, and I don't get enough comments now that I can't really reply, or at least acknowledge or read them at least. And often I reply, and so you have that opportunity. I frankly would like to see more comments, more engagement, and more conversation that helps us all to debate matters. We don't want to be too closed and too secretive and too shy about our methods. We want to share our knowledge and insights, and we want to be exposed to the knowledge and insights of other people. We want to take in as many different opinions as we can, if we have the discernment to decide what's the best ultimately, what all makes sense for us. Yeah, this is very, very difficult to know things, but we can have some insight. And I do know, I have noticed a direct correlation between, a causality between actually rolling like this and having less pain, being able to warm up more quickly. Like, for example, going down the stairs, those first few steps is not as big a deal if I've done this. Little things like that, and being able to skate more and jump more and not suffer so much afterward. So, yeah, so I wouldn't make a video like this if I didn't think it was important. And thank you, Kusmiti and Mielbio de Chatenier, for powering this video. Okay, I'm gonna go skate in a bit, and I'm looking forward to that. I hope you can go and do some activity today, even if you don't have a chance to get to the ice rink. Maybe you can walk up the stairs instead of taking the escalator, or even walk up the escalator. Bye for now.